We get a 1, personal space, 2, personal space, 3.
Hey, hello listeners. This is just a quick disclaimer for this week's episode. As anyone that's listened to the show before knows, there can be some adult language, and anyone that's listening for the first time, please keep that in mind. We tend to be ourselves and not filter, so occasionally a bad word might come out. If you have any children in the room, please put on some headphones or have them put on some headphones. Thank you.
That I don't even care about this. I'm not even interested in having this skin on my personal space.
You're listening to the IDP Guys with Sean, John, and Nathan, the Wizards of Fantasy Football. Your go-to source for the individual defensive player strategy. And now, 3 guys who could only make an NFL team on Madden.
All right. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the season finale, the 2020 season finale of the IDP Guys. This is episode 139. My name is Nathan, joined by co-hosts as well as a special guest. But we got co-host Johnny the Greek, co-host Annie 925, future co-host Joey the Tooth, IDP. Say that.
Hey,
What's going on?
we're here live. I'm not a cat.
All right. So this is the last episode before break. We will be back in March when rookie shenanigans start picking up. But this is we're heading into our off season, our break time. We've going for I don't know since August. Outside of the last we had a small break there in playoffs, but looking forward to a little bit of off time. But with that, let's jump into the question of the week. How was your Super Bowl? Let's start with the guest here, Joey the Tooth, IDP. What'd you do? How was it? What'd you think of it?
Well, I honestly didn't watch most of it. I tuned in here and there because I didn't really care all that much about it.
Sound like a Patriots fan.
No, actually, I was pretty happy. Well, I'm not a Patriots fan, but I was actually happy to see Tom Brady win the Super Bowl just so people can shut up. I ain't by no means a Tom Brady fan.
By people, you mean Nathan and Johnny, the Tom Brady's the system quarterback people.
Oh, man.
He's in the same system.
But you know what?
Is.
He's still winning, so
yeah.
I'm going to give it to him. But I actually read a ton of Harry Potter, not going to lie.
There you go.
Sat there with my wife while she did some work, and I read Harry Potter. Had the game on my phone to the left. Or to the right. Wow. That's the right.
I didn't even know you could read.
Yeah, I'm okay.
That's a low-key Super Bowl, man. That's cool, though. Just spending time with the family. Nothing wrong with that.
What about Sean down there? What'd you do?
I did what I usually do. Where
got hammered, forgot what happened, and blacked out in the middle of the street.
Skip the blackout in the middle of the street.
It's on the sidewalk.
But I do usually play a lot of cards and do a lot of gambling on Super Bowl. It's COVID, so this was a little more low key. This wasn't the usual, $1,000, $2,000 buy-in type of stuff.
What's wrong with you?
Dude, I have a good time on Super Bowl.
Jesus.
It was $50 buy-in this time around because we're all hurting, and I walked away with $250, so I feel pretty good about it. I was down like 100 within 30 minutes.
Well, why don't you pay the heat bill then?
Oh man, no, my heat is my electric bill, and unfortunately my electric bill is really not pulling through for me, and I'm currently sitting here in -3 degree weather with no heat, again, because every time it gets this cold, my old ass apartment, the heat just falls apart, and I got to turn on the space heater. So here we are.
What did you think of the game?
That sounds awesome.
Okay, so very brief rant. A lot of people complaining about people that say that it was a shitty game being like, oh, well, they just don't appreciate good defense. It's like, no, man, we just wanted a close game. Like, I appreciate what Todd Bowles did. I wanted a good game, though. Like, if Todd Bowles was going to come in with that strong of a defensive game plan, I wanted Kansas City to come in with that strong of a defensive game plan. Like, I wanted it to be close. I wanted the Mahomes versus Brady game to be close, and it wasn't. And so it sucked. And it has nothing to do with me not appreciating defense. I do appreciate everything that the Buccaneers did on defense. But like, dude, when it's a blowout, it's so easy to lose interest because you already know the outcome. And no matter what they do, they're not coming back from it. And you're just sitting there. You're like, okay, so this is decided. And yeah, great defense, but like not a good game.
Yeah, I was actually watching briefly in the second quarter. There was like 5 minutes left when it was third down, and it was incomplete. But they were kicking a field goal. Tampa Bay was kicking a field goal, and Kansas City lined up off sides. I was like, and then I was like, well, if they score a touchdown here, then it's not over, but it's going in a very bad direction. And there was the very next play, it was a touchdown. It was like,
yeah. And so for me, like, honestly, everyone can say whatever they want about people not appreciating defense. It's not about that. Like, people just want a close game. That's
the Super Bowl.
Right. Like, if you know who's going to win that early, it's not fun. Like, you want to see a close game. So for me, the actual game sucked. There were some good moments in it, like as far as Mahomes doing crazy shit, but like
running for his life.
Yeah.
Dude, how about a diving throw for 30 yards?
Yep. And there definitely were some cool moments, but like there's nothing really that memorable from that game outside of the Antoine Winfield moment, which we'll get to later. But like, other than that, you're going to walk away from this 3 years from now. You're not going to remember anything about this because it was a very rarely unimpressive Super Bowl.
Unless you're around a lot of Tom Brady fans, which I am, then you'll know all about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with Sean. Absolutely. It was, and I was talking to Nate about this after the game. We don't get a great Super Bowl every year. We were due for a bad one. We got it. It is what it is. There can be great defense Super Bowls. We saw that the Rams Patriots Super Bowl, close and great defense. This was great defense, not close. So yeah, by the third quarter, it was 100% a done deal, and it was just like waiting until it was done. So not that great, but small note on the Brady stuff. I used to hate him a lot. I'll tell you a story off air about me shoving someone down the stairs that may or may not have been pregnant because they had a Brady jersey on.
John likes to embellish. So before everyone comes in,
we definitely have to cut that.
No. Before everyone comes in to try and like murder him and cancel him, generally embellishes everything. It's a story that gets worse every time just because John likes to see people's face. More than likely, John slightly nudged someone that was also drunk because they were wearing a Brady jersey, and it's turned into shoved them down the stairs, that they were a woman, that they were pregnant.
I'm sorry, I'm canceling.
It's just
John
the way
right
his storytelling goes. So,
well, first of all, that was Steve that makes it worse every time. But yes,
okay,
no. Yeah. No, but I used to really dislike Brady a lot just because, Joey, you know the deal. Nate, you know the deal. We live here. We got to hear this shit all the time. I would say I don't really hate him. I respect him. I don't enjoy that he won another Super Bowl. Like, there's nothing great about that. But you gotta give respect where it's due.
There's definitely there's definitely an aspect where that's great. Like, dude,
I would say that like I was definitely okay with either thing happening. Either Kansas City won the Super Bowl, Mahomes came out, was amazing, lights out, beat the GOAT, and did all this great stuff to get the
GOAT with quotes.
Well, I'm just saying, like he's called the GOAT.
He is the GOAT.
Okay. Or on the flip side, you've got Tom Brady, who just took they were 7-9 last year. Kind of very mediocre team that had Jameis Winston, who went 30 for 30 touchdowns, interceptions in a season, lost his job. And then Brady comes in, and all of a sudden this team, while at the beginning of the year wasn't clicking, clicked when it mattered and ran the table for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And I mean, it's different because it's not Brady and Belichick.
So I do want to say one thing. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but real quick, everybody, I keep hearing people like I have full respect for Tom Brady. He has 7 championships now, but I heard somebody say today it was the greatest playoff run ever.
This one?
Yeah. I heard somebody saying that. Somebody said it's the greatest because he went through Breeze, Aaron Rodgers, and Patrick Mahomes. I said,
yeah, he also went through Washington. Like,
I was like, what
was great about that?
What about the 9-7 Giants with Eli Manning, who ended up beating an undefeated Patriots team in the Super Bowl?
Right.
Sure. What did they go through before that, though?
The Packers with Brett Favre and what were the teams?
49ers.
I'll look it up.
The 49ers.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. They beat the 49ers that was the Kyle Williams fumble.
And the Cowboys the year they were like 12-4.
Who are the quarterbacks though? When they say that, they're talking about like going through legendary quarterbacks, and like
I get that, but
Brady did go through all the legendary quarterbacks this year. He went through Breeze well past his prime. Like Breeze is washed at this point. We all know it.
Joey, those Buccaneers was the first one, not the.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
The Niners must have been the other Super Bowl.
But yeah, like Breeze is washed right now. At the same time, like historically, this might be the best playoff run in NFL history, where you're knocking off all of the historically great quarterbacks.
But you're also the historically greatest quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like Eli Manning.
Hold on. Did you just say that?
Only this.
Did you just say that?
I mean, he is. It is what it is. Yeah.
All right. Well,
fine.
I'm just glad that
I can, dude. Me poking in what is actually my opinion are two different things. If you don't know that after 3 years of this podcast, like,
oh sure, I know that after 3 years. But when we started this podcast, it was for sure that Brady was a system quarterback and some shit with the Seahawks.
Oh yeah, well, opinions are allowed to change. People are allowed to grow,
and you have, and I'm glad.
But to get back on topic here, Eli Manning essentially has only that one season. Well, he's got 2 Super Bowls, and like the second one.
Let's not even do Eli Manning this time. Let's do that for the season preview.
I just think it's like the fact he took 2 9-7 teams to Super Bowls. Like I feel like those runs are great.
I thought that was what was super impressive about this. It was another wild card team catching fire and going all the way through. Like that doesn't happen that often. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I feel like there's a lot of wild card teams though that really shouldn't be wild card. I mean, they were 11-5.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was a different kind of year this year because of COVID. So
right.
Yeah.
So I mean, 11-5 wild card team. The only reason they were wild cards because New Orleans went 12-4.
Yep.
But I mean, still, wild card all the way
with Taysom Hill at the helm.
But yeah, no, I mean, other than that, it was I don't know. I was okay with my Super Bowl. Was fun, entertaining. Got to see some people, drink some beer, and that's the point, right? Watching the football, I wish that Mahomes had been able to come out and be more Mahomes. I would have liked to see Tom Brady having to come back from a deficit rather than just, I mean, he had to keep his foot on Mahomes' throat, that whole game, like continue scoring because you never know when is Mahomes going to figure it out. And he knows from experience that a quarterback that's good can come back and beat another, team down by what was it? 15 points?
3. No, it was more. 28-3, I think
Or,
it was.
yes, 25 points, whatever.
It was 31-9 was the biggest, I believe.
Yeah. So, and the Buccaneers knew how to fuck with Mahomes. And I'm sure that it was a lot of Brady saying, like, because someone pointed it out. I read an article essentially saying that, Brady's worst playoff experiences has been when he's been pressured every single play. And that was the key to victory here. And Mahomes his timing was off. He had to, run back and forth, oftentimes losing 10, 15 yards before he was sacked or had to throw it out of bounds. He lost his left tackle going into this game. You've got
They're down to 3 linemen, weren't they? 3 offensive linemen.
Yeah.
And you've got the Bucs defensive line, which is just, it's scary. You have essentially no one in front of you.
Shaquille Barrett's pretty good.
Wasn't it 29 pressures or something like that?
Shaquille Barrett had 10 pressures.
I thought it was 49 total for the game. It was the most ever opposing quarterback.
It was a lot. Yeah.
It might be. I just know that Shaquille Barrett had more pressures on Mahomes than the Chiefs had total on Brady.
Yeah, it was a good game plan.
Yeah. All right.
He's getting paid this year.
Also, Shaquille Barrett is good.
Yeah.
He's a good player.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think anyone's ever.
Oh, no.
That.
Are you kidding me?
I've poked him. Yeah, I've poked him.
Yeah. I just wanted the okay, finally we can say that too.
He was fine. He's just, if you start him in your championship game for IDP, he's going to get you nothing, like tradition. But he's fine in the Super Bowl when it doesn't matter, and can't win any titles for your IDP league.
Oh boy.
All right, let's move forward.
What's up, guys? It's Josh,
Adam,
and Bobby
here with the Big 3 IDP podcast. And if you've never listened to our show before, here's just a taste of the insanity that you will get week in and week out with the Big 3 IDP podcast.
Skunks are so cute.
we just ate White Castle at like 10:45 at night.
I tell you, one I liked about it a little bit more was Jeffrey Simmons.
Ooh, did you say a Bartman, like Steve Bartman? I don't like Bartman in Chicago this year. He's going to catch too many foul balls.
You know it's all about getting real and getting down to business and getting down to the facts.
Slide 'em in, slide 'em out.
It's right.
So, if you would like more of the shenanigans that you just heard in these little snippets, be sure to subscribe to the Big 3 IDP podcast wherever you get your podcast adding. Listeners are guaranteed to have a good time.
Hey, you can't afford not to do this, baby.
That's right, baby.
This week's news.
Alrighty, fairly news light. Couple big things though. We'll leave the Calvin Johnson for last so we can discuss. But I'm going to run off the Hall of Fame guys for 2021 real quick. Maybe just a quick agree, disagree. If you got any notes on each guy here. Bill Nunn, contributor. No idea who that is. Moving forward. Drew Pearson, another Cowboy. I'm happy with that. Any notes, objections?
No.
Okay. Tom Flores, coach.
No, I thought they did a really good job. I have no objections across the board.
Yep, Alan Faneca. We talked about him with Dr. Super Bowl. That was nice. Yep. John Lynch, obviously, huge one. Charles Woodson, favorite of mine. That was pretty cool. Peyton Manning was just stupid obvious. And Calvin Johnson, a little bit of a surprise. We were talking about that the week prior. Thoughts from the Lions guys and anyone else? Joey.
I think he fully deserves it.
Yeah.
He was one of the most dominant receivers all time. Yeah, sure. He doesn't have the rings. He doesn't have like career stats because he had a short career. But if anybody watched him play, he was a dominant receiver.
He also played for the Lions, so he's never going to get the rings or the playoff wins or any of that. But like you watch him and you know, like he's the most physically dominant receiver in the history of the NFL.
Without him, they weren't any means relative at all. Like the Lions weren't relative by any means. Like they were gone. But he actually made them like a 7-win team. Sorry.
And I don't know if I agree with that. Just because Stafford went and played better without him. But I think that's kind of the nature of wide receiver. Like you see that in Cleveland with Odell, where it's like Odell is clearly their most talented wide receiver, but Baker plays better when Odell's not on the field just because
you're not forcing it to that guy.
Right. And it's not necessarily his fault. It is potentially his fault. It's potentially play calling's fault where like you're just directing more plays at the person that is your most talented, that is also going to be the most covered. And so it's kind of the nature of wide receiver where so much of the production comes from other wide receivers being open because of you. But like that said, you watch Calvin Johnson, it's like he had Randy Moss's speed with Terrell Owens' physicality, and like we've never seen that before. And like the debate comes down to what qualifies as the Hall of Fame, because like, is it the best players of all time or is it the people with the best careers of all time? Because like Calvin is for sure like top 3 wide receivers all time. He did not have a top 3 career. Like Larry Fitzgerald is not nearly as talented as Calvin Johnson, but he had a far better career.
Do you think that this resolves some of that conversation? Because this has been going on now since he retired as to whether or not he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. Does this trickle down to like Matt Stafford? You talk about Larry Fitzgerald right there. Does this start to clear up things as far as like what do these Hall of Fame pickers look for?
I don't think it clears up anything because I still think Eli Manning makes it. And Eli Manning was never a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. Never had a top 5 season, as far as I know. I could be wrong on that, but I don't think he did. But because of his accomplishments, he will make it. And I think he will. And so I think you're like the Hall of Fame is looking at both sides where it's like they're trying to get the best players of all time that had a good enough career. And they're looking at the best careers of all time that were good enough players.
That makes
sense. I think you're just going to see both sides of the spectrum forever.
Yeah.
Well, how much do you want to limit it? You know, like obviously you can't put everyone in the Hall of Fame, but like
you can't.
Why have these debates of like, well, this guy should be in it?
So here's my question. All right. So Eli Manning's probably going to get in. Does Phillip Rivers deserve to get in?
Yep.
So
it's tough.
Eli Manning deserves it more than Phillip Rivers, I think, because Phillip Rivers doesn't have the like dominating top 5 seasons and also doesn't have the dominating accomplishments in his career. So like Phillip Rivers was like really good in both those things, but never great in either. Whereas you look at Calvin Johnson, it's like he had no career achievements. Like he had records and stuff, but as far as like wins, losses, Super Bowls, playoff, all that, he had none of that, but he had all the career stuff. And then you look at Eli Manning, and it's like he didn't do very well statistically, but he did well in terms of like the team achievements.
The thing I feel bad for Rivers is like you think about who he had to go through almost every year in the playoffs. I mean, he had Peyton Manning and Tom Brady.
Yep.
He had to beat two of the best all-time quarterbacks.
And it sucks for Rivers, and I think he probably will make it in. I don't know that he should based on the current criteria, though. It's tough. It's definitely tough. I just think that you either have to be statistically dominant, physically dominant, better than everybody else, or you have to have the like career achievements. And he hasn't had either of them really. So
Yeah, his best year here was 35-14, 4,432 passing yards, 387 completions. That's the best of his whole career.
what's the touchdown interception ratio?
It was 35-14.
Yeah. And like that doesn't get it done.
Yep.
So I think he will make it. I think he's probably the case that breaks it. Where like he's the one where we look at it and we're like, well, now what do we do?
Yeah, well, hey, congrats to you guys, though. I know that was a little iffy when we talked about it the previous show, so I'm happy for you. He deserves it.
Yeah, and it was really cool seeing him get it and just like immediately tearing up.
Yes. You guys saw that, right?
Yeah, it was really good. And like
Sean, you cried, didn't you?
I might have a little
bit.
I might have cried a little. I always love seeing that stuff, man. Like I love seeing people that I respect and look up to and people that I've watched in the NFL get the recognition they deserve. I absolutely love it. And I love seeing their reaction to it. And I love seeing how happy they are. So that it was good.
Yeah. I like the fact that the Lions are reaching out and trying to make amends as well. Calvin Johnson even said that was it Sheila Ford Hemp is they're talking and they're coming to a place where there might be reconciliation in the next year.
It's pretty easy. You just pay him his money back.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll just do that. But it's like you
guys are rebuilding. You have tons of money. Just pay back.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got Barry Sanders back, like working with the team. It'd be awesome to see Calvin Johnson coming back and doing just whatever, like the things that Barry Sanders has been doing, like some promos and just supporting the team and stuff like that. Seeing both of those guys do it would be awesome, and help with this whole like just
transition
terribleness that has been my entire life of the Lions.
Yeah.
The never-ending transition.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Well, speaking of recognition and awards, we've got our MVP. It's Aaron Rodgers. Anyone have a gigantic problem with that?
No. I do have a question, though. Are you wearing a Bills Letterman jacket?
No, it's a vest.
Okay. Why and where did it come from?
DFS money, and I've talked about this.
Oh, okay. I missed it. All right.
Yeah.
I believe you two had a conversation about it.
Yeah, we were talking about second teams.
I drink when I do this podcast. I forget a lot of things.
Jesus Christ. No, yeah. After I got I cashed out on some DFS money, I got a Poyer jersey, an Edmonds jersey, and this vest. This is my second team now. This is what I've decided. Yeah.
Well, that's a good one, and it feels legit too because you're a fan before they got good. So,
well, I've always liked Edmonds and Diggs and those guys. So
even before even before Edmonds, you were like draft all the Bills IDP guys.
That was my first article ever. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah. So like Bills are the natural fit for you.
Thank you. Yep. So Rodgers won MVP. That was cool. Offensive Player of the Year, Derrick Henry. Any issues? I mean, that one's somewhat debatable, but I'm okay with it. You guys care?
I definitely have issue with that.
Who
Kamara,
do you
maybe.
think it should be?
Literally anybody that's not a running back. I'm sorry. Like, dude, make Quintus Cephas the offensive player of the year before Derrick Henry. I don't care.
What?
I don't believe anything I just said. But for real, like running back
You
should
literally
not
just
be,
had all of us giggling at you right there.
I know. Running back should not be offensive player of the year. Sorry. Like, dude, I know there's a position in football, but like there are so many other players that were so much more valuable to their team than Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I would have been okay with some there's some great receivers this year. Kamara,
Dude,
I think, should have gotten a nod though. I know that's a running back.
How does
but
somebody
still.
win MVP and not win Offensive Player of the Year?
Maybe because, I mean,
No
to me
idea.
it seems like you get one. You can't double up. So like once you get one, you're out of the running.
Okay, then give Mahomes Offensive Player of the Year. Like, dude, there are definitely more valuable players on offense than Derrick Henry.
Yep.
But then
No doubt.
wouldn't both of those positions just always go to quarterbacks? Because MVP generally always goes to a quarterback.
Even if you
so
want,
wouldn't you want for just like the players in the league to have a shot at something?
Even if you want to go above replacement value, like Derrick Henry above Aaron Jones, replacement value is lower than Patrick Mahomes over whoever is third. I guess maybe not because Deshaun Watson, but over replacement value. So like you're looking at Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes over your average quarterback, Jared Goff. What's a bigger difference? That or Derrick Henry over I don't know, average running back. J.K. Dobbins. It's like if I had to choose, I'm definitely choosing the quarterback there because I don't know. I think the value difference is okay.
And anyone else got something on Offensive Player of the Year before we move on?
No, I'm good.
No, I'm okay with it.
Sorry, Derrick Henry was not that much better than Aaron Jones, and Patrick Mahomes was significantly better than everybody not named Deshaun Watson.
I disagree with that. He wasn't that much better than Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones scores a lot of touchdowns. Derrick Henry was more than half of that offense.
Right. That's based on the play calling, though. That's what they do. They run the football.
Successful.
Sure. But if you put Aaron Jones in that offense, how much different is it?
I think it's very different because he's a different style runner.
Okay. I guess I don't think the production is that different, but I guess that's where we disagree.
All righty, moving on. Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. I am absolutely okay with this.
Yeah.
Same here. 100%.
That's my choice.
Awesome. Okay.
Sure.
He is the cheek clapper supreme. Offensive Rookie of the Year. I do have a bit of an issue here. Justin Herbert is the guy that won, but that old Vikings rookie, man, I don't know.
Jefferson.
You could have a case there. What do you guys think?
I think it should have been Jefferson.
Should have been Jefferson. And again, it's value over replacement. Jefferson was way better than all the other rookies. Herbert was really good, He was the best player. He was the most valuable player. But Jefferson is so much better than all the other rookie receivers, and he set the record. If you're comparing, like, Jefferson just wins that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, no doubt. I think, yeah, we're all on the same page with that. This one, too, could be iffy. I'm fine with it, though. Chase Young, defensive rookie of the year. Could have been Chin, could have been Winfield, could have been Young. What do you guys think?
I want to say Chin mainly because he played the full season. I think Young missed a game or two, but Young was dominant when he was there. His numbers may not have been eye-popping, but
Yeah.
Chin would have been my third. I would have gone Young, then Winfield, then Chin.
really,
Yeah, Chin's numbers looked really good, which is why I thought he had a shot at winning. But actual play,
you're right.
He's still figuring it out. You know, like, he's making the splash plays, but he's still figuring out the routine plays. He's got to figure it out, and he'll get there.
Mm-hmm.
It's his rookie year. And when you see his splash plays, you expect that he's going to get better. But right now, I think Chase Young is the dude. He's just dominating what he's doing, and he's doing it very well.
What I did love about watching Winfield is you can tell he's got an excellent feel for the game. Like, he understands football great. His father just ingrained that into him.
He's got swag too.
He
I
does.
appreciate that.
Yeah, dude, I was happy, for his dad too, for him getting that title. Like, I always, oh man, his dad was one of my favorite IDP players back in the day. 100%.
Dude, that was literally the first episode I did with you. You did a talk about Antoine Winfield Sr.
That's right, because it was safety one numbers from your quarter slot. It was insane.
I know, but that's the thing. That was the first episode I ever did on IDP Guys, and you talked about Antoine Winfield for like 30 minutes. And so I saw Antoine Winfield Jr. coming out. I was like, this is Johnny. This is Johnny guy.
Hey, I'm happy for him, and you're right. Yeah. We'll talk about the swag in a minute. That was awesome. Comeback player of the year, obviously, Alex Smith.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
My brother won a bunch of money on that.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. The odds on that should not have been what they were, because literally if he even made a team, he was going to win comeback player of the year. Like, I am so mad at myself for not betting on that. And he bet a bunch of money.
Oh God, I don't even know.
Jason Brett, I think, was the next highest one.
Mm-hmm. He had a good year.
He did. And he came back from several injuries, came back, all that. But, like, dude, if Alex Smith even played a snap, it was game over.
And he brought him to the freaking playoffs.
Yep.
Yeah, well, we didn't know that was going to happen.
Yep, great story. Coach of the year, Kevin Stefanski, Browns. Good with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, let's go.
And assistant coach of the year, excuse me. Bills offensive coordinator, Brian Daboll. Yep, sure.
I love that. Love it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. A couple more quick items here. Winfield taunts Tyreek. I just wanted to give you guys a chance to talk about this. I thought it was pretty good. Karma's a bitch, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it was really good. The Athletic had a great article on it where they talked to him about it. He was like, yeah, dude, totally worth it. Like, I'm so glad I had the opportunity to do that. And it's like, yeah, he got flagged 15 yards. It's like, I'm just so glad I had the opportunity to get flagged 15 yards for giving the peace symbol to you.
It's like, all right, yeah, he said, the dude gave me a peace sign earlier in the year and did a backflip in my face.
Yeah, like, what do you expect? And I just, like, I think it's horseshit that Tyreek Hill gets to give the peace symbol every single time he goes for a touchdown and doesn't get flagged. And then Antoine Winfield does it to him and penalty. So I think Tyreek Hill is getting unfairly treated positively for being able to do that and not allowing anybody else to do that.
Yep. But all worked out in the end. Also, Tom Brady wins his 5th Super Bowl MVP. Just good, great, terrific. whatever.
System quarterback.
Absolutely. And we
Should have went
got
to Gronk.
yeah, he had a game, huh? Jesus.
Dude,
He had a third of their receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. Almost
Sure.
a third of the receiving yards.
But
He should have been comeback player of the year.
Levante David, though. Like, Levante David was all over Kelsey. He was you put a linebacker one-on-one with Kelsey all game long, and he did it. I'm into it. Devin White, into it. I would have been down with either of those two. I think I favor Levante David over Devin White in that situation, but like both of them, I think could have taken it.
No doubt. And unfortunately, got to end the news on a bad note here. Marty Schottenheimer passed away today. So apparently he was the 8th most winningest coach in NFL history. I'll always remember that 14-2 Chargers team he got fired from the year after. That was like LT, Sean Merriman. Who was that big fullback? Lorenzo Neal? Was it?
Yep.
Yeah, that was a like really entertaining team.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I remember watching NFL films about the Chargers, and then he coached Chiefs before that, right?
Yeah, Chiefs, Chargers. I think the Browns too. He coached a bunch of teams.
Yeah, I remember watching the NFL films on him and just like being fascinated with it.
Yep. So that's unfortunate, obviously. Couple notes here. The site's back up. Nate, you want to talk about that in a second or now?
When, in a second or now? Okay.
Now.
Let's do this. Okay, yeah, so idpguys.org is back up. We relaunched. Technically, it was Thursday afternoon, but we scheduled it for Friday. Things are looking good. We had a lot of good feedback on it. For everyone out there, like, you may run across a part of the site that's not completely finished. It is being, continuously worked on. But we wanted to make sure to get the core of the site is done, and articles are now being published. We had a ton come out just this morning. Rankings for February, all the ADP is up, but the rankings, we had a few details to get ironed out. So, about half of them are up right now, but those will be up within the next couple days. We've got a new tool, which actually Joey's here. And Joey, why don't you talk about it?
It's literally it's a tool that'll change rankings based on whatever you input your scoring setting to be. We've done projections for, I think it ended up being 330 players. And so the projections are for the full season, but once you input your scoring setting, it's going to adjust the rankings based off of the projections and how they relate to the scoring. So whatever scoring you have for IDP, whatever scoring you use, you'll have rankings.
Yep. So essentially it's going to be, yearly projections. So it'll cover, the coming season, and you'll have an input box for, your sacks, your interceptions, and all that stuff. I want to make it, in the future a little more complex to add in actually a rating for position scarcity. So you'd be able to put in like how many of a position you have, and that would change the rating so that, that would also adjust the rankings. And then, having position specific scoring as well. These are all things coming in the future, but for now, it's just awesome. We're hoping by February 14th. I'm waiting on my developer to wrap everything up and get it done, but it should be done by the Sunday and up, and it'll be available for our subscribers to be able to use and get, Joey's rankings. Right now it's just IDP. We'll be expanding that to include offense at some point, in the future. But like I said, just trying to get it all out there, get it going. We've got a lot of things in the works planned for this off season, and it'll be a process. We'll have a lot of things, they'll be announcing that are coming out.
Excellent. And last but not least, congratulations to Orange Crush, the winner of the IDP Guys Playoff Challenge.
Yeah, I actually have a few more. We gave out 7 free subscriptions for the website. Now it was our $50 level, like full site plus the magazine for a full year. So we kind of put, a lot, these prizes were pretty good. So Orange Crush was number 1, Crowman 1 was number 2, and number 3 overall was Derek McGrew. We also gave out top score for each week. So week 1 was Tix, week 2 was Crowman 1, week 3 Philip Rutherford, and week 4 was Matt Donnelly. And we had 2 alternates. Since I wasn't giving out the prize twice. And then Coach already has it. So Ali Fontana got a prize, as well as Sean, but not this Sean.
Sean, we love Sean.
Oh,
not you,
friend,
Sean.
Friend of the,
other Sean. You guys hate me.
Yeah,
friend of the show, Sean.
Maybe SW.ready is his email. So
yes,
that's as much information. It's Sean.
Okay.
No
cool.
last name.
Not me though.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we gave out a bunch of subscriptions, and I've already had them reach out and say like that they've gotten in and everything looks great and all that kind of stuff. So, we do give out our fair share of these things, and while also, charging. There it is. So with that, let's move on. All right, time for some listener questions. This is the part where Johnny peruses the Slack channel for subscribers, his Outlook account, and I don't know. Where else do you look for questions, Johnny?
That's it. Those are the only 2 places. So this week we got one from Chase Claypool's Loose Booty Hole at Outlook.com. Wants to know thoughts on early contenders for next year's Super Bowl. Who do you guys think will be in it next year? I'm going to go with the Bills, and I'm going to go with the Packers, the guys that didn't get in this year. What do you guys think?
So I think it's going to be the Chiefs, and then I think it's probably going to be the Lions too. Jared Goff's already been to a Super Bowl, so I don't understand why you can't go to another one. That's how our fan base is telling me right now. He's a Super Bowl contender at this point, so they're gonna make it.
I'd love to see the Rams in. That'd be cool.
I was gonna say I'll take the 50-50. I'll take the 50 split on that. I'm going Rams Chiefs for next year.
I'd love to see the Rams. I'd love to see the Browns. There are so many teams now that I'm rooting for. Let's go. And Joey, sorry, I'm rooting.
It's my team. It's my team.
No,
yeah.
No, your team can get fucked because you still have Jimmy G.
That's not going to be for long. Trust me.
I think 49ers
this year.
Who's going to be your quarterback? Trubisky
in the division next year.
I think
who's your quarterback going to be?
Russell Wilson.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you seen recently that he's upset in Seattle?
Yeah, he's not going to any division though. Come on.
Have you seen the source?
No, I know.
Yeah, no. You're rolling with the Garoppolo because John Lynch is cheap, and you're gonna suffer through this, and this is gonna be your life.
Oh, that's just mean. That's not true. It's not going to happen like that.
That's what's happening.
Oh, you know what's going to happen is they're going to sign Ryan Fitzpatrick, and he's bringing us to the Super Bowl.
If Fitzmagic signs with them, I will buy that jersey.
Or hear me out here.
Hoyer.
They go and sign Dak.
Hoyer goes back to the 49ers.
No, they're not signing Dak.
Well, if we get Deshaun, you can have Dak. That's fine.
All right.
Dude, this quarterback carousel is insane.
Honestly, if the Niners can land a quarterback, I think they have what it takes to make it to the Super Bowl. Their team is still good.
Oh, it is. All I know is that one final note. You, as a human being, are proof that you cannot judge a person by the quarterback of the team they root for.
So what does that mean?
What?
I mean,
I'm not beautiful?
dude, I'm saying you root for Garoppolo.
I'm rooting for the Niners, man.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with rooting for Jimmy G. He's beautiful. I'd marry him.
Oh, he's terrible quarterback.
Who you got in the AFC there, Joey?
Buffalo. I love Buffalo.
Hey,
I was very sad to see how they played against Kansas City, how that game ended up. I loved watching Buffalo just run through people this year. That offense is amazing.
Yes, they took a huge step forward this year. I got a feeling things are going to be interesting. All
As
right.
you're wearing the vest.
Yep. So we got.
All right, here we go. We are talking season awards from the IDP guys to the players in the NFL because they are waiting for us to give them awards. Johnny, you want to spearhead this one?
Absolutely. So the last couple segments are the awards. Before that, we're just going to review what actually happened this season, full season stats, all that. So this kind of surprised me, but most combined tackles this year was Zach Cunningham, 164. Thoughts?
I'm not that surprised. He's what was it, last year? He was like 147 or something like that. Plus McKinney goes down. Terrell Adams was great, but
yeah, his playing time got cut like halfway through the season, though. He's only at like 80-something% of snaps, which is weird.
But if you look at his seasons previous to last, like his first few seasons in the league, he was actually playing less than McKinney was. McKinney was in on more third downs than Zach Cunningham was. But he was still getting the lion's share of tackles.
He's a volume guy. He misses so many tackles. But he plays crazy and he gets there. So like for IDP, it works. It really shouldn't work with how high his missed tackle percentage is, but it works.
Yep. I know. Just thought that was interesting. That's not the guy I would have said. I mean, he'd be in the conversation, but that's not who I would have bet on before the season. That's for sure.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, before the season now.
Yep. Outside linebacker, most tackles combined this year. Harold Landry, 69. I mean, that's not something we really look at for outside linebacker, but I just thought it was interesting. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good number, too. Defensive tackle this year, Sheldon Richardson, 64.
Old timer. Get at it, buddy.
Yep. Nose tackle, Linval Joseph, 62.
Another old timer.
Yeah, that was pretty
Get
good.
at it, buddy.
Get at it,
So
buddy.
here's one that kind of it didn't blow my mind, but I thought it was really cool. Sam Hubbard, again, second year in a row, leads all defensive ends in combined tackles with 62, missing 3 games.
Wow.
If he could just get those sack numbers up, he would just be unbelievable.
He's a terrible pass rusher. I'm sorry.
Well, I want IDP points. That's,
True.
I don't care how I get them.
Right. It depends on your scoring. If you value sacks, Sam Hubbard is not that great.
Yep. Cornerback, combined tackles, Malcolm Butler, 100 even. Thoughts?
None.
Okay.
He's bad enough in coverage to get thrown at a lot.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Safety, I broke it down. Well, I didn't break it down. Pro Football Reference broke it down to free safety, which I didn't know Buda Baker was a free safety, 118. Strong safety, Jordan Poyer, 124. In regular safety, Jeremy Chin, 117. Third safety, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, 65, I think it was. I didn't write it down.
So many of my guys. I love it all. That's all my guys, aside from Poyer, which is your guy.
I love that guy.
Yep. Most sacks this year. Outside linebacker, TJ Watt, 15. Trey Hendrickson, defensive end, 13.5 or 14, depending if you're looking at Yahoo or Pro Football Reference or Sleeper. It's all over the place. Defensive tackle, Aaron Donald, 14. Linebacker, Devin White, 9. Safety, Jamal Adams, 9.5 or 10, depending where you're looking. And this one I thought was very interesting. Corner, Mike Hilton, 3. Marlon Humphrey, 3.
2 of my guys.
But if you remember on the Mike Hilton thing, you rattled off 3 in the row in the beginning of the season, 3 weeks in a row, and then he didn't do shit the rest of the season.
No, it was who were the other 2? I feel like it was Carlton Davis and Mike Hilton, and I don't know who the third one would have been.
But yeah, we had a big long conversation about Mike Hilton's sack potential makes him great. He rattled off 3 weeks in a row and then went to bed for the next 11 weeks.
Mike Hilton?
Yes.
No, otherwise he would not have ended up as top corner.
No, he was out for a few weeks. He was out for like 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And then I don't think he got another sack. But
he's not a top corner.
He had a couple interceptions late in the season.
I think it depends on scoring. We'd have to check that. But
I think he's in a good spot with that
also,
team.
Carlton Davis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he didn't make any of these lists. He didn't have most of anything, IDP points or tackles or anything. I used your scoring, by the way, Last of Us Part 2.
I know. So let's see where he ended up. You keep going.
Yep. Most IDP points for the year, linebacker inside, Devin White, linebacker outside, TJ Watt, defensive tackle, Aaron Donald, defensive end could be Myles Garrett or Jason Pierre-Paul, depending on what site you're looking at. Because Yahoo's got him as a linebacker. Sleeper's got him as DL. Cornerback, Malcolm Butler. Safety, Budda Baker or Jordan Poyer, once again, depending what site you're looking at. In our Sleeper League, he was number 1. In our Yahoo leagues, he won by half a point. So that's where it is. Any surprises there? I mean, that all looks pretty legit, pretty fine. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, real quick. Carlton Davis, it appears, is cornerback 1. Cornerback 2, behind Marlon Humphrey.
What are you looking at? I checked
Sleeper.
your scoring so I wouldn't have to listen to this dumb shit. I did this on purpose.
Okay, so we got Budda Baker, Jesse Bates, Jordan Poyer, Jabril Peppers, four safeties, Marlon Humphrey. We got Xavier Howard, so we got a second corner. Then Jeremy Chin, Kenny Moore, Jamal Adams, Justin Simmons, Harrison Smith, Marcus May.
Are you sorting this right? Jabril Peppers was nowhere close to 4. Am I wrong?
No, he wasn't 4. I don't know. Jabril Peppers had 226 points.
Have another one, drunkie.
I don't know. So are you looking at?
No, holy shit. Jabril Peppers cleaned up over the second half of the year. He had 2.5 sacks. His tackles were 6'10", 6'7", 6'5", 13-2, 6'7". Forced fumble recovery, interception.
Okay.
I'm telling you, you're looking at the scoring wrong. Either way, Carlton Davis crushed it for corners. He was top 5.
Okay. You want a cookie? We're talking about the best, not top 5.
I would love a cookie. I called him as potential him and Marlon Humphrey as my 2 guys for top corner of the year. So I'd love a cookie.
I know. You say it every episode.
I know. Yeah. And I would like respect for that.
Okay. Moving on. Best value award. Joey, why don't you start us off? Inside linebacker.
Mine's kind of a toss-up. Either Alex Singleton or Neville Hewitt. Alex Singleton probably wasn't drafted. Hewitt possibly got drafted at the end of the draft because people weren't sure what was going on with that linebacker unit. and they both freaking were crazy. I think Singleton had 120 tackles and Hewitt had 134.
Jesus. Yeah, Singleton was an excellent waiver wire pickup this year. Yeah, 100%. Sean, what do you got? Inside linebacker.
Hewitt's definitely my linebacker. And he was being drafted as like a linebacker 4, and he definitely ended up as linebacker 1, depending on your scoring.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I think it really depends on scoring. I think he was pretty good all across the board.
Yeah, right. I mean, just the tackle numbers. That's, yeah. I went with Foye Luakon just because, A, the versatility, especially in sleeper, that was huge. And B, just an incredible season from a guy you could have gotten stupid late.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nate, you got one linebacker?
Yeah, I've got one for this one. Tyrell Adams, just because he came out, you got him off the waiver wire, and he did great.
Yep, absolutely. Great value. Okay, outside linebacker, edge rush linebacker, whatever you want to call it. Joey, best value.
Hassan Reddick. Everybody wrote him off, and then he came in and just crushed it.
Did he ever? Jesus. Sean?
It's Hassan Reddick, and that's where he should have been playing from the first place. That's what he played in college. That's what the Lions were going to draft him for if the Cardinals didn't draft him right in front of him.
Yep, I've also got Reddick. Nate, you got one for this?
Nope.
Okie dokie.
I had my one.
All righty. Defensive tackle. No, hey, that's cool. Defensive tackle, best value this year. Joey.
I had David Onyemata. New Orleans.
Yes. Yeah, he was the first guy I had on my list for this. I went back and changed it to Quinnen just because I feel like it was close on where you could get him. You're right. You probably could get Onyemata easier. That's a good point. But Quinnen had the better year, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Quinnen had the better year, and also everyone assumed his career was just over before this year.
It's because he got arrested at an airport.
Yes.
No, it's not even that, dude. Like, dude got arrested in an airport with a gun, and then COVID hit, and everyone just like kind of forgot about it. Like, that dude somehow didn't get charged with anything. Dude showed up to an airport with a gun, and they're just like, all right, global pandemic, you're cool. It's good. It's like, dude, what?
That's been going around. I got nailed for texting and driving, and they just forgot about it.
God, must be fucking nice. Must be fucking nice.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going to an airport with a gun. Must be nicer.
Timing. Timing is everything.
Yeah, he was terrible his rookie year, and he had character concerns. Then he was terrible his rookie year. Then he showed up to an airport with a gun, and so everyone just wrote him off, deservedly so. And then he showed up and was awesome, and it was like, yeah, okay,
right. And now he's on our best value list. Good job, Quinn.
And here we are.
Okay, Sean, is that who'd you have?
That's what I had.
Okay,
that's why I had this whole speech lined up about the airport and the gun and stuff.
Gotcha. All right, best value defensive end, Joey.
Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah, that's a good one. I was waffling between that. I went Leonard Williams.
Which is crazy. He had a great year.
Yeah, it just blew my mind more that Leonard Williams had that year than that Trey Hendrickson did.
Yeah,
that's why I went there. Sean,
I can get on board with either of those two. As a Lions fan, I'm going Romeo Okwara because, dude, like that guy has been trash his whole career, and like here we are. So yeah, like I can get on board with any of those three. And to be totally honest, I don't trust any of those three next year. Like if anybody's buying them, I'm selling them. Not interested.
Yep, no doubt.
Hendrickson, I trust the most because I trusted the college talent, and then stuff happened.
Definitely. Alrighty, corner value, Joey.
Teron Johnson.
Mm-hmm. I really should have gotten on that train more often. The snaps scared me. That's why I couldn't do it. But yep. He had a great year. He really did. I'm going to go Xavier Howard or Troy Hill. Sean's going to say
Xavier
Carlton
Howard.
Davis.
I'm going to say Carlton Davis. Sorry, we all knew Xavier Howard was awesome. I was the only one that knew Carlton Davis was awesome, and you guys all fought me on it, and here we are.
Cocksucker, I drafted Carlton Davis in my other league where we only start 2 corners.
Oh, well, I love you. That's why I love you more than these two.
Yeah. Howard, I don't know where you were drafting Howard. I got him everywhere. It didn't cost me much.
Yeah,
people punt on corner. People are dumb with corner, and it's easy to get.
Okay, but to be fair, like Xavier Howard was ranked as like a top 5 corner going into the year. Like, regardless of where you actually drafted him based on corner value, like he was considered a top 5 corner. Whereas like Carlton Davis was one that people were sleeping on and they should not have been.
Yeah, Xavier Howard landed in an even better position too when they signed Byron Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Troy Hill though, that's also a great story this year. He didn't cost a penny, and Jesus, what a year. But yep, alrighty. Safety. Joey.
I want to say Jesse Bates just because people still slept on him. He was still following, like, being drafted as like the safety 10, but I'm going to go with actually Donovan Wilson.
Okay. I did a little bit of that too. I did value and price, a couple different ones here. I like that. Yeah, Wilson didn't cost anything, had an excellent end of the season. I went Poyer for value because you could wait on him a little bit and get essentially the safety 1 numbers this year. And Daniel Sorensen for price because he cost nothing more than a mouse click, and you got a top 10 safety out of it that came out of nowhere. Sean, what'd you have?
I'm going Jeremy Chin and Antoine Winfield just because the price of buying those guys in a startup is so low compared to buying like established safeties. And I think Jeremy Chin ended up as like safety 8 in our scoring. I don't know what he ended up in other scoring, but like those 2 guys were guys where it's like, yeah, you get them in the 2nd, 3rd round of rookie drafts, and they end up being like top 24 players immediately. And that's just straight value.
Yeah, I got Winfield in round 3 of like a few different rookie drafts last year.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, that was value. Now, best rookies. This is the other award, subjective one here. Linebacker inside. I'm going Patrick Queen. Joey, what do you got?
Patrick Queen.
Sean?
Patrick Queen.
Alrighty, linebacker outside. This one was a bit harder. Everyone thought it might be Chason before the year. I'm actually going Alex Highsmith. What do you guys got?
Same here, Alex Highsmith.
And Highsmith.
Okay, defensive tackle. I don't want to say it, but it was Derek Brown, big fat guy.
I hate Derek Brown so much, but it's definitely Derek Brown.
I wanted it to be Kinlaw, but it wasn't.
I wanted it to be anybody other than Derek Brown.
Right. Kinlaw had some good games. Yeah. Oh, who was that dude on KC towards the end of the year that started coming on?
Trayvon Wharton or something like that?
Tershawn Wharton.
Tershawn Wharton.
Yeah, he started coming on. But yeah, freaking Derek Brown. Ugh. Alrighty. Defensive end, it's Chase Young, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Corner, Joey.
I went with AJ Terrell. Or Terrell. Is it Terrell?
Terrell. It's Terrell.
Sorry.
I kind of like Cam Dantzler for this just because nobody gave a shit about Cam Dantzler and he was actually literally free. So
he had a good year.
He did.
Yep. It was that whole Minnesota corner situation was a giant shit show, but when he was on the field, yes, great.
He was the better of the 2 rookie corners too. So
Yep. I'm gonna go Trayvon Diggs. Same deal. Wasn't on the field the whole year, but when he was pretty decent for an IDP corner. And last but not least, safety. It could be Chin or Winfield, depending on preference. I wrote Chin, but I'm going to go Winfield. Joey?
I'm probably going to go Chin just because he's going to probably be playing linebacker again.
And I think the answer is Chin, but going forward, it's Winfield.
Cool.
Nice. Alrighty then.
Dynasty Football Digest, your new essential site for Dynasty information. For as little as $1 a month, gain access to all that we have to offer. Rankings, trends, ADP, in-season assets, and a Slack chat just for subscribers. Purchase today at dynastyfootballdigest.com.
Alrighty, so let's get into our final steak and salad for the 2020 season. We've got a guest, so let's kick it to you, Joey. What's your steak this week?
It's been the snow in CT, man. I'm loving it. I'm loving the snow.
You're a fucking douche.
I'm like the only person that loves snow.
Yeah,
I enjoy the crap out of snow. Plus, my daughter loves the snow. It's been a whole new experience for me. Bring my kid out sledding.
you're a douche.
I've been called that many times saying this at work. Because I'm at work. I'm like, everybody's like, oh, it's snowing again. I'm like, you live in New England. Shut up. I love this.
No, it is kind of nice. We haven't had a good winter in a minute, you know?
Right.
Like, they've been taking care of the roads
for yourselves.
I mean,
You live in Minnesota. Come on. You should expect it.
So the roads have been
I do, and I hate it.
Doing well. And I haven't had too much cleanup around here, just a little bit of shoveling and snow blowing, and it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, you get like what, 3 inches of snow at a time?
No, I got probably like a foot and a half, 2 feet right now.
Yeah, 2 feet out there that we all got. We've got within the last week.
Right, but like total. So
One,
it's not
we
all
had
happening
one big one, and a small one today.
Yeah,
dude, we got a foot and a half a couple of years ago in May. Like
we got
like May 10th.
There's a couple of years ago we had 3 feet in one snowstorm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it was when me and my wife started dating, and I got snowed in at her place. I was like, I'm staying. It was like I was stuck at her house for like.
Must be nice to get snowed in. We just have to go to work.
It's glorious.
They just like expect that. They're like, yeah, you didn't figure it out.
They didn't even plow the freaking roads up in where she lived. They were just like, whatever, have fun. We were sledding down the roads and everything. It was great.
Yeah.
We had a friend of ours stole sleds from freaking lots and more, and he comes showing up. He's like, guys. I was like, okay, let's do this.
Okay.
Nice. All right, Sean, what's your steak?
Oh, man. Steak is that Joey's getting snow right now.
Oh, okay.
No, like for real, like Joey had a tweet, said some really nice things last week, and that's probably my steak for the week. Where just like it's been a very long time since somebody on Twitter has had a lot of very nice things to say about me, because Nate, we don't get along. Johnny, we don't get along, and I hate both of you, and you guys hate me, you know, and we do this show every week, and we don't get along. And so it took all this time for Joey to come on and say something nice. So that's probably my steak.
So for everyone out there listening, it's at Lanny1925. Hit him with the worst things you have to possibly say. Let's see who's out there. Represent the brand. Just
come hit
hate
me.
him.
Come hit me. Ask for I mean, we got people asking for my farts in a jar, so it can't be worse than that.
They're magic.
No, yeah, I mean, we do this, you know, this is nonstop for us. So there are times we want to fucking murder each other, but in general, this is a great team, and we all love each other, despite saying evil things about each other constantly.
No, I absolutely love you guys. As long as you can let the Tom Brady being a system quarterback thing go. That's
eventually.
That's the one. That's the one thing. Like, as soon as you let that go, we can be friends again.
I'll say this. He's a dual system quarterback.
Dual system.
He's good in two systems.
That's the best thing I've ever heard, actually. That's fantastic, and I love it. Thank you for that.
Johnny, what do you got for steak?
Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So it's I haven't played an Assassin's Creed in like 5, 6, 7 years. It's been a minute. And this one's cool. You're pillaging, plundering, and killing people as a Viking, and taking shit and stealing shit. It's fucking great. It's It's awesome. You literally have a longboat with a bunch of like dudes that are just ready to murder all the time, and you roll up to villages and fuck everyone up and leave and take all their shit. It's great.
Yeah,
That sounds like a game just made for you. No one, few people know this, but we play Dungeons and Dragons on Fridays or Saturday nights, and Johnny's the one that comes in, murders everyone, and just goes. And now I loot the bodies. What I get?
What I get?
Pretty much.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
That's great.
But, yeah. My stake is the IDP Guys site is up and the content is flowing. It was a lot of work to get that going, and there's still a lot of work to do, but we are making our way, trying to, carve out a little piece of that fantasy pie for all of the people involved. So
I can say
fun.
maybe the stake was getting those projections done. We'll say that.
That's
get a
pretty
tool
cool.
for the entire IDP community.
Yeah, really kind of plant your flag on that customized scoring.
Whatever you want.
Yeah. All right, let's get into the salads. Joey, give us a salad for your week. Toss that salad.
I honestly don't think it was this week, but it's carrying over. It's Matt Stafford not going to the 49ers.
Ooh.
That broke my heart. I really thought it was going to be a thing. And I was hoping it would
Imagine if that had happened.
Stafford
then
and Shanahan system.
Sean and you would be rooting for the same team.
Right?
That would be our stake. That would be both our stake. So I am sitting here in -8-degree weather with no heat right now with a space heater warming my apartment, and my salad is still getting Jared Goff as my quarterback. So what does that tell you? I just that's how much I hate all of this. Like
Sean, I
Jared
gotta
Goff,
tell you, like right now, like underneath my desk is a radiator that's on, and my house is set to 72 degrees for my child. So I'm actually, my feet are getting toasty as anything right now. I just wanted to like dig that a little deeper.
all right, my new salad is that out of the three of you, I had one friend, and I just lost that friend. That's my new salad.
I'm sorry, I had to. My radar just turned on, and then you just said that. I was like, oh man, I just gotta tell him this is.
But no, for real, it fucking sucks out here. But it sucks more that we got Jared Goff, because like Jared Goff is like just good enough to win like 5 games.
Would you say he's a system quarterback?
I would say that. I would absolutely say that. And he's just good enough to win 5 games. And, like you win 5 games and then you miss out on the top quarterbacks. And then just the cycle fucking.
All right, so we're back. We had some technical difficulties as Sean's power bill came up and they shut him off. And it shut down our broadcast for some reason. So he's completely out of commission. Sean, pay your electric bill, and maybe these things won't happen. But we've got just a couple salads left, and then get into Johnny the Greek here. So Johnny, what's your salad?
I mean, honestly, I really don't have one. Things are good. Things are great across the board. I'm waiting for the other two to. That's what my life is now. Waiting for something bad to happen, because lots of good things have been happening.
That's always good. I mean, it's a good bounce back from
Yeah, from previous years, that's for sure. Still no PS5. Can't find one of those to save my damn life. What's Charlotte saying on that? Is Target just
there's apparently
out of them
some
super quick
sort of like thing online where once Target uploads that they have it sends out this like alert and everyone buys them up. So it's just can't get them right now. So hopefully that changes. My salad is we just saw our last bit of football until August. So that's sad. That being said, offseason is exciting. We talk football all year round, and I don't know. Sometimes I like the off season better than the football season, but it is sad to, have another season in the books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
The IDP Guys is your #1 resource for IDP information for your fantasy leagues. For as little as $1 a month, get access to all that we have to offer. Rankings, ADP trade calculator, in-season assets, and a Slack chat to get personal help all year round. Purchase today at idpguys.org.
Johnny the Greek.
Alrighty, no statement games this week. We're out of statement games for the year. I mean, there are other sports, so you should definitely check them out for that. But we talk. This is a football show. So Nate was just talking about it's the off season. Yeah, for a lot of people it stinks. There's no football, whatever. I got Euro Cup though, so I could give a shit.
there you go.
I'm ready to rock, man. I'm gonna be doing some DFS with that. Laying some bets. So I'm pumped. Nate, you've watched it with me before. Joey, you a soccer fan at all? International soccer?
I am a big soccer fan. I just don't never get around to watching it. I love soccer. I used to play a lot growing up. I absolutely love it. I think it's the funnest game to play.
Yeah, well, I mean, every 2 years you get something. You get Euro Cup or World Cup, and because of Corona, we got two in a row now. We got Euro Cup this year, World Cup next year. So I'm super excited for that. So with that in mind, I got the odds for overall winner for this year's Euro Cup here. The odds-on favorites are Belgium, England, France, which all tracks. Last year's final was France and Croatia. Yep, Croatia's down here a little bit. And Belgium and England were in the third place game. So all three of them are back. With the Deutschland is the fourth most likely at plus 700. That's who I'm taking.
Yeah.
Man, oh man, yes, Germany.
Back to the trough.
They're back. They're coming back, man. I have nothing scientific to back this up, other than the fact that they took a tournament off, got shithoused the last World Cup, and that's not Germany. That's not what they do. So that's what I'm taking. They're plus 700. $100 will win you 700. Some other good bets here: Spain, Italy plus 800, plus 1200. Portugal plus 1400. Those are all three teams that could very easily win this and have great odds. So that's always something you're looking for if you're going to place a futures bet. Any other teams on here you guys think have a chance? Yeah, maybe Croatia plus 3,300. But
that's for the price. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, so $100 gets you 3,300. That's not bad. Yeah, that's not a bad bet. But
Johnny, what was the bet that you placed that you ended up winning with Germany? How much was it?
It's like $100 to win 500, I think. And that was for Confederations Cup. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I got. We're back to weird bets because it's the off season. So.
Yep, for sure. All right. Well, before we close out, I want to give Joy a little time to preview what he's got, tell people where to find him and what he's got in the works and what he's going to be doing.
Yeah, plug your shit.
You can find me on Twitter at Joey2 with IDP. Been working really hard this offseason getting the projection rankings going. So we have all the projections coming soon. Projections are done. We're just waiting for the final developments to be finished. IDP updates coming back on. I took a little hiatus there. Had the newborn, a little time with the family. But coming back, and I'm going to be starting to slam on the rookies. So I've been doing a lot of studying on the tape and everything, doing articles or doing profiles for our magazine that's also coming soon. So it's been the off season's actually been busier for me than the regular season, to be completely honest with you. So
nice. Yeah, no, definitely. You do really great work, and you're a content monster.
I already got 3 articles out on the new site.
Yeah, right. It started a competition between writers too.
That's the point. So. That's what I just inspire.
Yep. Nope. Definitely looking forward to all the stuff you got going and getting the IDP update, which can be found on the Writer Digest Network on YouTube, as well as your podcatcher of choice. So good. Glad that's coming back.
Mhm.
So with that, make sure you're following us on Twitter at IDP Guys. Individually, I'm at Nate Cheat. John is at OrangeMan3142. Sean is at Lanny1925. And Joey, our special guest, at Joey the Tooth IDP. Subscribe to the show. You can go to idpguys.org, click the podcast button, find the IDP Guys listed there, and you'll see a podcast player as well as the YouTube channel, all the episodes listed there, and you can subscribe and listen and whatever you'd like. While you're on the site, become a subscriber, hop over to the register for a subscription button, and you can pick whether you want rankings only, you want to get everything from the site, or my favorite, get it all plus the magazine that we put so much time and effort into. I gotta say, last year's magazine helped me with my rookie drafts. I might not have won my leagues, but I'm now looking at trading players like Kyler Murray and others because I drafted Justin Herbert and he was on my taxi squad from the rookie draft. I'm looking at really great assets going into this year because, man, I took advantage of the rookie draft magazines, knocked my drafts out of the park, and it's a very great value. And really, these issues individually they're like $15 for the magazine. It's almost 100 pages with 50 different profiles and tons of rankings. It's a very great value. So definitely get that. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Writer Digest Network. Writers REITER. Great shows. We got a lot of content coming this year. We put someone in place to help manage it. So it's going to be growing and it's going to be good stuff. So check it all out. With that, we've wrapped up the 2020 season. Thanks, Joey, for coming to join us for that. And hopefully we can put some money together to pay for Sean's electricity bill.
Poor guy.